Hi, my name is Dr. Todd Rowe, and I'm here to talk a little bit about the homeopathic medicine Nux Vomica, or poison nut. Before I start, I'd like to say that nothing in this material is intended to diagnose, cure, prescribe, or treat any illness. Please consult with your homeopathic practitioner for treatment options. This is a picture of Nux Vomica, or poison nut. It's a plant remedy that contains a fair amount of copper, and it's indigenous to India. It's a tree with a fairly thick trunk. The timber from the tree is very hard and durable. It's an evergreen plant with smooth green oval leaves that are about 4 inches long. The plant was introduced into Europe in the 15th century, and it took a while before it began to be recognized for its medicinal properties, particularly in affecting digestion and stimulating digestive properties. In homeopathy, we use this medicine for a wide variety of chronic problems. In addition, however, there are useful acute indications for this remedy. And one of the main ones is influenza or flu, particularly a flu that has a high fever and violent chills, where they're worse from every movement that stirs the air under the blankets. It's also one of our 3 most common homeopathic medicines for urinary tract infections, particularly ones with a lot of urging and that are better from warmth. It's also one of our main remedies for gastritis, where the pains can come on, especially after overeating, overindulging, or alcohol abuse. You can use this remedy for kidney colic as well as abdominal colic in infants and children. And it's one of our main remedies for cholecystitis, or inflammation of the gallbladder. People who need this homeopathic medicine are often irritable, impatient, and driven, often described as sort of type A people. They can break things out of frustration or get angry from contradiction. They are hurried and impatient, and it can be used to treat premenstrual irritability. The remedy Nux Vomica tends to focus on the nervous system, gastrointestinal system, the genitourinary system, as well as allergies. And as I mentioned, it's very useful for people who are feeling overstressed and oversensitive, and who have abused coffee or alcohol or tobacco or drugs. Some of the general characteristics of this homeopathic medicine are that they are very chilly and worse from cold, especially from a cold, dry wind. It's also a useful remedy for collapse or fatigue from overwork. Typically they are worse in the morning, worse from overeating, and worse from dry weather. And they're better from warmth and wet weather. Also, they are worse from alcohol and abuse of alcohol. And it's one of our main, if not the main, homeopathic medicine that can help treat hangovers. Nux Vomica typically does not like tight clothing, tends to make them feel worse. And they are very sensitive, in particular to noise, light, and odors. Acutely, this is a very useful remedy for headaches, particularly ones that are worse from cold or alcohol or anger or before the period, or headaches that are better from heat or that are brought on by drafts. You can use this to treat hay fevers and acute allergies, or colds where there's a lot of sneezing, particularly in the morning. One of the common symptoms is that their allergies cause obstruction at night, and then the nose flows freely during the day. It's also one of our main homeopathic medicines for snuffles of newborns, where they're constantly sniffing, or where there's a lot of sneezing and discharge, particularly in the morning on rising. It's one of our most common remedies for teeth grinding, also for a wide variety of stomach problems and stomach pains. Particularly infants with colic oftentimes respond well to this remedy, or cramping pains in the abdomen. Their pains are oftentimes worse from anger or tight clothes and better from warmth and warm applications or warm drinks. It's also a very useful remedy for gastritis or nausea and vomiting that comes on after anger or too much stimulants. There can be distension of the abdomen, a lot of flatulence, and it's also a useful remedy for treating hepatitis or inflammation of the liver. With the bladder symptoms, there's often a lot of urging, and they may pass only a few drops, and they're much better from heat and particularly a warm bath, and this constant urging for small amounts. It's also a useful remedy for constipation, particularly when there is constant ineffectual urging for stool. It can be used for hemorrhoids acutely as well. It's an important remedy for back pain, and typically they must sit up or turn over in bed. And for sleeplessness, particularly sleeplessness that wakes them up at 3 to 4 a.m. You can compare this homeopathic medicine to sulfur, also to potassium carbonate or Colic carbonicum, the homeopathic medicine phosphorus, the homeopathic remedy sepia, which is the ink of the cuttlefish, and staphysagria or Staves acre. You can order this remedy at orders@amchorg. Or if you'd like to know more about this remedy or other acute care remedies, you can learn about our acute care program at acutecare@amchorg. Thank you very much.